Wow. Vlog episode 100. I started making vlogs in 2013, very long time ago, and today we're at vlog episode 100. And I made a very special request, and that was to drive 240 Smurf X home for the very first time. And the car is not at 100%. I can't really go into boost because it's running very rich right now, but I figured I'd share this really special moment with you as I back out of my house for the first time in this car. I'm not gonna review it right now. I'm gonna save that for when everything's running perfect, but let's just go for a cruise. And if you guys don't know a lot about 240 SXs, when you turn the key, close the door, does that, you take this, and voila, your seatbelt is on. Please start. What's up guys, David here for another Vlogity vlog, and I hope that every single one of you is having a wonderful day. And today, as you can tell, I'm a pretty happy camper. Back there, I could barely believe what was happening, so forgive me if I was kind of soft-spoken, but now that I'm on the road, oh man, I am so happy right now. But first things first, to get out of the way, I just wanted to let you guys know that the Smiles Per Gallon key tags, along with Be About It key tags, are now back on sale. Thanks to my friends at MOAR.com, they did an amazing job, and they're already back up in production. So run out really fast, so if you want to grab yourself one, go ahead and do that right now before they're all gone. Same with the t-shirts, they always go out really fast, so make sure to check those in the description below. So a few things. HKS for life. I don't even really have to go into boost that much. It still makes me smile. I can't go past a certain RPM, guys, because guess what? With my bad luck, the dyno broke while my car was on it. Right now it's on 18 pounds of boost through the built twin turbo GT28 system, but unfortunately they did my turbos wrong, so there's an exhaust leak, which is like this tick every time I get on it. So if you hear that little tiny click, oh my god, it's so annoying. But other than that, wow, it's weird like seeing another Mustang and like not having a Mustang. Okay, I'm done. But this car has been a huge part of my life this past year and a half. If you guys don't remember, I got this car July 31st of last year. And now it's almost November, and here I am driving it. Is it perfect? But is it fun? Yes. But I will say the car itself is stout. Like, the suspension is on point, everything's replaced. You guys know everything under this car is new. It's a fully restored 240 SX. When I went to a car meet in Alpharetta a few days ago in the car, it was the first ever meet I'd been to in the car, and the first time I'd ever driven it to somewhere, like in a parking lot and everything. And it was such a good feeling, even though mechanically it still needs a lot of work. The guides in the head might be bad, the machine shop might have messed those up too, so we don't know. But overall, like, it's moving, and that makes me happy. It was so weird pulling into my garage last night, you know what I mean? Like, after all this time, like, just pulling it in, going, oh my god, it's home, it's next to Smurf. And people always ask me what the goal of this car was. It was to have a car that makes me smile while driving on the street, and oh man, it's doing a good job. 2JZ power! You know what's funny is, to fix a lot of my problems, going single will do it. You know, usually it's the other way around. When people go single, that's when they get a lot of issues, but it's such a more simplistic system. Going to big single turbo it's the way to go, guys, I'm telling you. So, is it cool that I got these built GT28s? Absolutely. Am I curious to see what power they make when the car is perfectly tuned? Oh man, I'm really excited. It'll fix my exhaust leak, it'll fix a whole bunch of things, and eventually when that does happen, I'll have to buy a new clutch too, unfortunately. But like I said before, this is also the weekly show, so let's make sure to get to your Q&A questions. If you guys want to ask me Q&A questions every week, I always post on wheelwell.com, so make sure to follow me on that website. So let's get started. Let's get started with the Q&A. So the first question I got was, what was the weirdest car you've ever seen at a car show? Probably the weirdest car I've ever seen at a car show was at Caffeine and Octane. A guy took a speedboat, or like a boat with, like, you know, that would typically just be a boat. It's like, it's the shape of the boat, the shell of the boat, but then he put a chassis under it and it has 4 wheels, and he goes around like a roadster driving a boat. It's like exactly what SpongeBob driver's school test would look like if it was real.
Okay, Florida!
No! The next question was, what did I think of the achievements of electric cars so far? Like, do I support the electric car, etc.? I love combustion engines. I love them to death. But at the same time, electric cars are pretty damn awesome. Tesla, you can get with a 1,000,000-mile warranty because the car overall is almost all one piece. It's not like a combustion motor where you have all these moving parts. An electric car is very simple when it comes down to it, engineering-wise. The batteries are the #1 thing they need to work on. Other than that, it's incredible how far it's come. Going from 8-hour charge time to a 30-minute charge time is incredible progress. I mean, Elon Musk has really killed it in this industry, and I have to tip my hat to that guy. He's like real-life Tony Stark, isn't he? Was there ever a car I had driven or reviewed that I thought was gonna be awful, but it ended up being great? And I have a perfect answer for that. Just in time for Halloween, I drove my friend Roscoe's hearse. I thought it was gonna be like the weirdest thing I'd ever driven. I thought it was just be an old Cadillac with a bed in the back. But dude, it was so much fun. I released the video on Halloween day. I wore all black. I drove on VCU's campus in Richmond, Virginia, and creeped a bunch of people out. It was a funny experience, you know, and the hearse was ingenious. He owned like a junk cars industry where on the side of his hearse, he said, cash for dead cars. I'm like, oh, you're so clever. But I filmed the car at a cemetery to like make it appropriate. I told the story of how long it was in service and everything else. And now hearses are nice cars, but they're just a creepy car, you know? So the next question is, have I ever watched Initial D and what do I think of it? Initial D, I think, is a great show. I haven't watched it all the way through or anything. I've watched it a few times, but when it comes to capturing Japanese car culture, I don't think almost anybody's ever gotten it better. I mean, it's E86s and all the really popular cars with drum and bass playing in the background. What more screams Japan? I know for a fact, whenever my drift coupe is done, I don't know when that's ever gonna happen because I'm getting the VIN number fixed right now, if that's what you're wondering. But I know for a fact, whenever I'm drifting that thing, I will have drum and bass playing in the background, because drum and bass is like that, and drifting is like that. Next question is, what do I think of modifying daily drivers? I'm a hypocrite when I say some of my answers, because do I think you should modify your daily driver to make it your own, make it personal? I totally get that, because as car people, we want to do something with it. We're like, oh man, should I like at least put wheels on it or something? And when I think of a daily driver, I think of something you could subtly do something to, but you wouldn't hurt it if you did. Yeah, the Focus ST, great example. But would I modify it that much? Like, would I build the motor and everything? No, I would not. Cosmetically, yeah, I totally would. I think a good example of a daily driver that looks good would be say an SC300. Say you take an SC300, you put a Vertex kit on it, you make it look really clean, put a fresh coat of paint, lower it, put nice wheels on it. Like, that to me is an awesome daily driver, because you didn't mess with the transmission, you didn't mess with the motor, you didn't mess with the clutch, none of that. It's basically the same car from the factory, but you just made it look prettier. And that's what I would do if I had a stereotypical daily driver. Now you're going, David, you drive a Pro-Charged Mustang GT as your daily. Guys, that's not very orthodox. And do I recommend it? I'd be more comfortable driving something like an SC or an IS or something as my daily. All right, guys, I hope you all enjoyed this vloggity vlog combined with my Q&A this week. I hope you all enjoyed me finally driving this freaking car. Even though I didn't get on it that much, you have to understand, you gotta have a light foot before a car is tuned. And I know you guys are smarter than that. So thank you all so much for your understanding. Thank you all so much for supporting me along the way through all of my speed bumps with this car. It's not done yet. I gotta finish up some things, clean it up with the twin turbos, enjoy it with the twin turbos, and then later down the line, go single turbo, and make it the car I've always wanted. So thank you all so much once again. Make sure to check out those key tags like I said before, and I'll see you guys next time. Take it easy. Have a fantastic day.